stop for a minute. Okay, remember what we did last week? We took principal times rate times time, and we were able to figure out what interest is, right? This now means compounded quarterly, okay? Quarterly. How many months are in a year?
12.
Okay, so if we take 12 and we divide it by 4, how many months is that?
4 years. No, I'm kidding.
12 months, 1 year.
It's 3.
Oh, 12 divided by 4.
Very good. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay? So a quarter is 3 months. Okay? But for this purpose, we're taking the year, 4 quarters in a year, 1. Okay? That's 25%, right? We take 1 divided by 4 in the calculator, we get 0.25. Okay? All right, Adrian, go ahead. Everyone follow along, please, in the example. Yep. No, go ahead, skip the name. I know they always come up with crazy names.
Deposited 1,000 in a savings account that earned 6% interest compounded quarterly. He made no other deposit or withdrawals with. What was the amount in the account at the end of 1 year? How much is the compound interest?
Okay, let me explain what compound interest is, okay? Believe it or not, we're going to move on to compound daily. That means every day it compounds, okay? Compound is a good thing. So, what we learned in this class so far, if you took $1,000 and you were making 6% in 1 year, you would make $60, right? Okay, when we come to compounding, what we're doing is every 3 months, the amount of interest that accumulated in the account, we're taking it, we're throwing it back in, and that's subject to interest as well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so going through the formula, we started with $1,000, okay, times 0.06 times 1 divided by 4, okay? Let's talk about this for a minute. It's 1 quarter, okay? There's 4 in a year, okay? So we're multiplying by 1, dividing by 4, we get $15, right? So now, this is all that's happening. We take this $15 that's been made, we add it back to the $1,000. Now we're starting with $1,015, and we're going again. $1,015 times 0.06 times 1 divided by 4 is $15.23. Okay? Then we take the $15.23, we add it back in again, times it by 6%, times 1 divided by 4, we get $15.45. Then we take the $15.45, we add it back into the 1,000, so now we have $1,045.68 times 6%, 1 over 4 equals $15.69. Now, what do we do from here? This is how much they made the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, we add it together. Can you see why compound interest is better?
Yeah.
You are making money on your money. So your money made money, and now it's making money. That's a good thing. Compound interest is a wonderful thing. This is how people invest money in their 401ks, hang on, at a couple $100 a paycheck, and they end up being millionaires by the time they retire. That's bona fide that the market doesn't crash and so on and so forth. Montez, go.
I know what the 401k is, but can you explain it?
401k is like, it's an investment account within the company you work for or whatever, and you as a group invest money in stocks and bonds and so on. The beauty about a 401k is not just the money it makes or loses, it's that those are pre-tax dollars. So you're not paying income tax on those dollars, so you're saving that money plus whatever money it's making, and it's constantly compounding. When you work for a company, that's a benefit that sometimes that they have. They have a retirement plan. Like teachers have one of the best retirement programs there are. You can work for 10 years in a district school and retire at full pay for 10 years worth of work. Pretty nice, right?
So you would have to ask the...
Okay, so now I'm going to give you the...
That's good. When you guys here at 7:30, much more, they want to speak with you personally.
Okay.
That group.
Everyone wave to Fowler since he interrupted the lecture and he's on camera now.
I.
Okay, let's
Hi,
Let-
Dr. Fowler.
okay, let's talk about this for a minute. I'm gonna give you a story, a parable that's actually in the Bible. It talks about, everyone knows what a checkerboard is?
Yeah.
Where there's these two nations, okay, and these two kings come together, and one of the nations, they weren't large enough to take on this bigger nation, right? So he said, okay, I'll make you a deal. We will come fight with you, but what I want is I want a stock of wheat, and I want it to double, I want it to double, compound, each time for what's on a chessboard, okay? So that means if you have $1, it turns to 2. 2 turns to 4. 4 turns to 8. 8 turns to 16. You see how fast it goes up? 5. 5 times 5 is 125. So 5, just repeating 5 times is 125. Well, at the end of the day, yeah, they held off the other nation, kept their land, and so on. But the other king that made the deal bankrupted the other nation because that's the principle of compound interest. When your money's now working for you and you're not doing anything, that's the American dream at the end of the day. Make sense? Compound interest is a great thing. This is just $1,000. On an annual basis, is which one would you rather have? Right? Okay, your problems are exactly the same. All right? The only thing that's different in some of your problems, let's say we're 1,000 here. Maybe they decide to put 1,200 in here. Okay? So this number would change by whatever this is up here. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're making a deposit, it's going to increase this number right here. Okay, is there any questions on this? Just remember, the only thing that's different on this, the 1/4, and you've got to take this and add it back in. Okay? Because this is the money that's made now. This is the new principal. This is how much you're owed. This is how much you're entitled to. Are we good? Okay. Do now. This is from last week. You got principal times rate times time. There's your principal. There's your rate. There's your days. What's this over, Rojo Coche? How do I solve this last part? What is 35 under? Yes. Yep. Yep, 35 by 365. So it's times 35 divided by 365. What about this one?
12.
6 over 12. What about this one?
Just nothing.
Nothing. What about this one?
Nothing divided by 2.
Two problems, multiply it by 1, and then multiply 2 by 12. Or, if you're super smart about this, there's 12 months in the year, right? Do 14 over 12. Isn't that the same thing?
I don't know.
It is.
Yes.
Two more months over 12 is the same thing. Okay, so wrap that up. Get this done. Your assignment's up on the board. Your 1 through 15. There's the channel. The link will be up as soon as the video's uploaded. Okay? Now, quarterly, we're going to go to daily. So it's going to go to a whole lot of calculations. Okay?
After this, a bunch of companies.
Yes.